Man, oh man, guys, and here we go again. And on the main channel, now the last couple of weeks been a little different because we was really hitting the wagon hard. H-A-R-D, hard. And I need a little break, and anyhow, we did the Will It Run on the Model A, which was a killer cool video. Then last week we tried the half haul full build, and this week, with everything going on, I'm gonna try to squeeze in a couple days on this thing, and she's getting pretty close. In fact, to know how close, what would probably really benefit us is coming up with a list. Sometimes you just need that classic to-do list. If I don't write it down, I'm pretty bad about forgetting it. Brake clean about the only thing that'll get that old marker off there. Woo, woo, woo. See, a little strong. I forgot that I did have that. Proper stuff, overrated. Where's my pointer slapper? We need 2 sections. See how good that brake cleaner works? You can't even write on it afterward. We need the to-do section, and we need the to-buy section. Hose clamps, tube nut for the fuel hose, thermostat, radiator hoses, heater hoses, probably whatever barbs we need or fittings to thread into there for our heater hoses. Maybe a PCV valve, some vacuum hose, some bigger vacuum hose for the booster side. Clamps, did I mention clamps? We need clamps for any hose, except for vacuum hose. You don't need a clamp for a vacuum hose. Starting to put a little dent in it. I've already got oil, but we probably need transmission fluid, rear diff fluid. By golly, we need some fluids. Perhaps a U-bolt kit for the rear U-joint to the rear diff. Maybe we need some starter leads, ground, a little bit better than this one here. Surely we can come up with something better than that. Battery, we're gonna need a battery, because even if we get some pretty ones on here, if there ain't nothing to hook it to, it don't do us no good. Battery, and I'm sure I'm forgetting other stuff. Probably forgetting some stuff, but that's a decent start right there to the list. Now what about the to-do section? Blue 42, blue 42. Lead brakes, steering ain't happy, trans lines, trans shifter, dipstick for the trans. I don't have one for the motor, do I? Shit the bed. Dipstick, service trans, oil, rear diff fluid, drive shaft, throttle linkage, starter and cables, dizzy and wires, fuel system. What does that say? Almost like coconut. Coolant, power steering, front bumper, wiring, torque converter bolts. It's bad when I can't read my own handwriting that I just wrote. I can't read what I've written. I think our best bet, guys, is to go, because I need a lot of this stuff right out the gate. We need to just go get what we need. And before we head that way, we're going to check. I did order radiator hoses from the 77 Caprice, because that's what water pump we used. And just out of curiosity, we're going to check these just from quick glance. I don't think they're going to work. Little upper right there. That sucker may work. As we shove it down where that would need to go on there, it is starting to kink it here. This one definitely ain't gonna work because both ends probably need to be this size. And this one, yep, this definitely ain't gonna work. We need that right there. That inside diameter is 1 3/4 inches. So do they consider that a 2-inch? I don't know. The inside diameters, I know what we need. This one, the inside diameter is 1.5 inches, and it fits on both sides perfectly. So that's what we need size-wise for the top. Here's a little trick you may have to do when you start, you know, putting radiators in cars that didn't come in cars, or water pumps on vehicles that didn't come with that same style water pump. You gotta get custom. So we're gonna take our TIG filler rod here. This is a 1/16, I think. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna bend up a wire kind of in the shape of what we need, where we know kind of idea of what we're looking for. Give her a little snip. Something roughly following that shape. Looks like we may get lucky and our one piece of filler rod is gonna give us enough material to mock up this lower as well. Pretty simple 90 will do there. Now, this wire could be 1 inch longer on each side, And that's what we need. About heater hoses on these, are they a 5/8 and a 3/4, or are they both 3/4? Nope, one's 5/8, one's 3/4. That matters, where we know which little fittings to get for the plumbing. Nope, don't have any. Now y'all know when I need to do some auto parts shopping, there's only one place I'm stopping, and that's O'Reilly's. I talked to my buddy Slick earlier, and he said he needs to go to O'Reilly's too. We'll pick him up along the way. One of the reasons I like shopping at O'Reilly's is because of O Rewards. With O Rewards, I was able to get $30 off this total purchase of all this stuff we need. 30 buckaroos ain't bad. That's almost like 3 gallons of gas nowadays. Do you like saving money? You should like saving money. Everybody should love saving money. Except my wife. She loves spending money. If you like saving money, then boy, I got a deal for you. In the description of this video, there's a link that when you click on it, guys, with a $25 purchase, you automatically are gonna get $5 off. That's 20%. That's for all of y'all. Y'all get to use my little promo code special. Sounds to me like a good time to do an oil change. You're gonna save $5 right off the top, and or upgrade that baby. Your filter, get the fancy one with that $5 savings. You do not have to be an O Rewards member to use this, guys. Just click the link, get your coupon. However, I would highly encourage you guys when you utilize this, because you can utilize it online or in store. Well, you can sign up for O Rewards online or in store. Now, me and technology butt heads more than me and my teenage daughter, so I prefer in store where they can do the work for you. You ain't got nothing to lose and just O Rewards to gain. If you so do choose to sign up and be an O Rewards member, there's 2 ways for you to get alerts and notifications, via text and via email. You can sign up for both, guys. That way when they email you, boom, it's right there in your email. Or they text you, you're at the store, boom, it's right there on your cellular device. Why bring one gun to a gunfight when you can bring 2? Come on! Now, they're not gonna blow you up, guys. They're gonna send you a text whenever you need to redeem a reward or you earned one. They'll give you a notification if you've forgotten about it, perhaps, and then they'll text you your birthday coupons, a little birthday surprise. The emails will inform you of all of that, plus a whole other list of notifications that will maximize your O Rewards experience. Don't you want a good experience? If you answered yes, be sure to kick $5 off your next $25 purchase by using the coupon in the description of this video. Probably should have stretched first and sign up for O Rewards while you're there, guys. What's that classic saying? Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It is perfectly normal for 3 grown men to sit on top of each other in a U-Haul and go across town to get some parts, okay? You don't drive your box truck everywhere with your buddies in there? Come to Papa. Well, what in the brass steampunk we got going on here? That'll shake her up. This can is literally warm. That shook it so much it heat up the paint, thus basically making it powder coat at this point. Thin layer at a time with this stuff. We're gonna start off with our cooling system this morning. Let's see how we did on our hoses here. Well, I do declare that it looks like it's gonna be just perfect now. We may take a hair off this end and just a slight hair off that end. The precision. Carpet shears don't play around. The clamp action, the looby-dooby action for easier install. And hopefully we nail it. Come on, baby, be perfect. Be perfect. Be perfect. Oh yeah, push up there and be perfect. And a perfect size clamp, not one that's got 3 extra foot of pigtail hanging out, flopping around. Get on there. We probably could have tried the upper one before we painted that, but it'll be all right. Coat number 2. Next, for our heater hoses, we got to come out of here now to here. I'll be curious, maybe it'll work. We're gonna have to get a straight barb in here. She'll clear, she may rub a little. We're gonna tape these up. If I'm sealing threads and I'm using a tape, we're using the blue stuff. This is good stuff right here. You rarely have problems out of it. Let's go give her hell with the deep well. This is our 3/4 barb. I think it goes on the water pump side. That's gonna be our supply. And then the 5/8 side goes in our manifold here, and I believe that's the return. I've been known to be flip-flopped and bass backwards though, okay? Now the deep well worked for that side, but this side, due to our alternator bracket, just a good old classic box-in wrench will get the job did. Just gotta do some short stroking, like a game of putt-putt golf. Trying to be mindful where we don't make stuff harder for ourselves than we have to. For example, if we put our heater hoses laying across there, then when we go to do our plug wires, we're gonna have those running kind of right across there. So those are probably one of the easiest things to put on last, so we'll probably wait. So what do we want to do next? For some reason, I feel like trying to bend up the fuel line. I feel like that could be a pain in the rear. Now, I do believe the threads on this pump is a 5/8. I don't remember. It's a 5/8 something. That tag don't even tell you. It's a 3/8 line, guys. You can get these pre-made at the parts house. I got one, and we're just gonna try to bend it and manipulate it up towards our carbureting machine. Looks like we're gonna have to do a 90 as sharp as possible. Oh yeah, I see what we need to do, kinda. Now can I do it? That's a different story. Someone sent me this fancy tube bender. It always takes me about 4 minutes to figure out how to start to use it. But man, it makes a nice bend. Watch this. That's how you get it in there. Don't forget to make sure your tube nut's down there. I only thought it was smarter than me. There we go, bend baby, bend. So I actually went past 90 there, and I meant to, because I think it needs to hook back, and up here then we're gonna have to straighten out. It needs a little whoop. Yeah, that needs a whoop if I've ever seen it. We better mark it where I know where to whoop it. I was able to get her started this time anyhow, so we're doing better. There we go, just a little extra bend. Clearing very nice. Right there, our 90 can start. Yeah, oh boy, I hope we're just... We're gonna have to cut this down, just because that's gonna be sticking out too much. This definitely spun when it was in my thing, and it clocked wrong, so we gotta try to twist her like that. That was good. We can actually take it back just a hair. That way we twist it back and forth. Oh, and I've knocked the sense clean out of me, hit my head. We make it really brittle where it's prone to future cracking. Perfect. You'll see me bend that up a little bit where I can clear that. Just realize we're looking really good, but we're also putting it right where our heater hose needs to go, which is not good. I'm gonna keep putting a little manipulation in this situation. I got her dead. All I had to do was pull this off and bend this whole thing, kind of curve it this away towards the valve cover. We should have good clearance there. Good enough clearance anyhow. You know what, if that just lays across there, that heat's just gonna transfer into there, heating up the fuel, providing better atomization to the fuel before it goes through our engine, resulting in more power and better fuel economy. I think we can make something like that work. I'm okay with having a little piece of hose on here, so we'll just kind of lay that like that and decide where we want to trim these two down. I'm okay with little pieces of rubber hose, guys. That don't look bad to me, but as far as stringing a rubber piece from down there up to there, I definitely don't like stuff like that. Not on a build anyhow. If we're rigging up something to drive out the salvage yard or something, we won't get too picky. But unlike our wagon here that we want to be pretty nice, since we aren't going like over the top of the LS swap, we're keeping it simple, just small block Chevy. Some of these little finer details will really help it. You'll be able to tell that some effort was made underneath the hood, not like we just slapped one in and, you know, got her on the road to try to make a quick buck or something. Radiator hoses were perfect. These ones not so much. Nothing a little trim job won't fix. She's tight, she ain't rubbing. I did have to put a kink in here and drop that down because of her linkage here. It was hitting our hose, but she clears perfect now. Wonder how that'll work with our breather, how that'll all look. I got a caddy style air breather for it. Not 100% certain that's what we're gonna run, but we'll take a little look-see. Woo! It's a big heavy sucker right there. Mr. Bill just pulled up. Did you watch the Model A Will It Run video?
You know, I was driving, I just went and got gas for the lawnmower and I drove by and I go, I wonder why he keeps wanting me to watch that Model A video.
Did you at least hang up your picture I got you?
It's in my mom's room. I ain't got a frame for it, but
all right.
No, that thing's going on the wall. That's a cool picture.
Bill's a simple man. He don't need much in life. He needs to just be able, he needs a couple shops he can drop by and drop some facts and knowledge and a bicycle to ride, and he's pretty content.
I'm pretty happy.
We're gonna get this carburetor tightened down since this breather is so heavy. We need a secure base.
And make one smaller.
I don't think that son of a buck's gonna fit on here. I don't know. I'm iffy. I'm 50-50. What do y'all think, YouTube world? Drop a comment down below. Our other option would be, they do make a little fin to breather that would match the valve covers. We could just go with a classic chrome jobber. We could change the color on that, but Chevy orange wouldn't look good on it, so I don't know what color we'd change to. That does kind of match our other black.
I like it black.
Get the old prop rod out of here and we'll see.
Ooh, damn.
No, it's hitting.
It's hitting it now? Yeah.
That's gotta be hitting. That's hitting.
Yeah.
You would, oh, right here, sure enough.
Right there, huh?
Yep. Little mark, a little mark, a little mark, a couple little scratches. I've got a plasma cutter. We just did a big old hole where our breather sticks through. So I'm actually a really big fan of the factory ones. I just hate that it's such a small snorkel. I've got that 64 Wagon out at the other shop. I wonder if there's a breather on it. I don't have a base plate. Top Stitch Taylor gave me the lid of this one. If I had a complete one at the other shop, we could cut out the base plate because it will be for a 2-barrel carburetor. We could cut out the base plate, make it work on our 4-barrel, and then we could take the snorkel part off the other one and we could index it on here however we wanted, where we had 2 snorkels for double the snorting power. And they should definitely clear because it was factory to the car. Just spitballing ideas here. Continuing our fuel system, just a piece of rubber hose off the pump. We're gonna come up here to our hard line and we'll trim it down. Come on, baby, come on. Tighten her down. Right there's easy to get to, easy to see. I don't see no problem with that. What do you think, Bill? Will it work?
It'll work.
Bill approved, that's all that matters.
Unlike you can see it real easy.
We're gonna ditch what I said about being smart and not putting stuff in our, since when have I ever claimed to be smart? We're gonna get our heater hoses on so we can fill our engine up with some water or coolant. Then we put our thermostat housing and all that goodies, all that good stuff on. Oh yeah, that's the perfect swoop right there. Wonder if our heater horse. I promise you guys, I did not mean to say that. Our heater, we're not gonna say it again. Our heater core. I wonder if our heater core is good. Maybe a little zip tie action here and here just to kind of keep that together. I'm a fan of zip ties, guys. Bill, hit them with 3 pros of zip ties.
3 pros that look good, they're cheap, and they're simple.
What else you want? Next up, our thermostat. I've always drilled a little 1/8 inch hole in this for bypass. And yeah, we're gonna do one in this one too. Just a little hole, nothing special. And drop that there. Then we're gonna go with the little gasket action. Why would you want chrome when you could have Chevy orange? Heartbeat of America, baby. You wanna know what's better news than we got the thermostat housing installed, Bill?
What?
I bet our food's ready at Taco Boy.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. What the hell is this thing?
You ain't seen the old Mix Master? What's that? Mix Quick.
Mix quick, just for the margaritas.
Yeah.
We're ready.
It's a good thing I don't drink anymore, Bill.
Oh.
That's what I'd probably be using it for. Puddin' ain't got shit done in 3 weeks, but he makes one mean margarita. Margaritas is all we need for even more Taco Boy encouragement. Taco Boy don't even sell burritos. They sell burritos! Because, oh baby, these things are so good. Oh, you got leftovers?
Leftovers.
This one's probably gonna be a little trickier. Pop on there, just perfect. No kinking? That'll do right there. Do what?
Looks factory.
You like it?
I like it.
We're gonna have to do a Bill approved shirt. A shirt that says Bill approved. I like that right there myself, Bill.
Yo.
Looks like I forgot to get a radiator cap. I knew we were gonna forget something. From opening and closing the hood, we've been getting rust flakes down in there, so I had to suck them out. Your hot rod helper. Good old Mr. Gasket. We're gonna see if the hot rod helper is helpful. That ain't gonna fit because of our baffle, is it? Oh, no it does. All right. Yeah, pop down in there. How much ventilation do we need in this situation, Bill? As much as we can get?
More than Slick's got.
Bill's out here roasting Slick. Valve cover grommets. That should be, you dang right. That's what we need right there. We're about ready to take this son of a buck to some Brahms for ice cream, Bill. It ain't gonna fall out of there, I promise you that. That is a tight fit. Then we just go boop, boop. Get that honking out of here.
Did you get those from Taylor?
Got them from the factory I used to work at. Which one's commonly used for vacuum advance on an Edelbrock, Bill?
This one's gonna be vacuum all the time. This will only be vacuum when the throttle's open.
Bill nailed it right there. Time to vacuum. This one, we're not gonna have vacuum anything else, so we can plug that one. That port's a little bigger than an 1/8 inch, but I bet she'll stretch. A little looby-dooby on it there. I'll have to cut that sucker off if you ever want it off. Weatherman Bill, is she moving in?
Yeah, it's coming in. I think we're gonna get a drenching.
Hey Bill, if it starts raining hard later, will you stand out here and give me a weather report?
Nope.
Trying to figure out our vacuum booster. I pulled our plug out of here. I do have on hand 3/8 thread right there. And that's a barb that looks like about the same size. And there should be a plug, but there's not on the back side of that Edelbrock. It's kind of down here on the back side. And anyhow, we're not gonna feed our booster out of there. We'll just plug it. That should be a 1/4 inch, I think. Yep, that's it right there. We're flying a little blind here, but that's all right. Woo, we're getting tight there. We ain't going for another, I promise you that one. We got lucky on that one. I don't know if we got the proper size hose. This is what they had. Now it's vacuum though, so y'all make sure to get the proper hose. If you put the wrong stuff on there, it'll collapse it. Oh, that's perfect fit right there. That's what that is. Look, check that out.
Yeah.
Hide it underneath there, let her swoop up. Love it when a plane comes together. Even getting our bologna on there. This is staying looking sharp, and that's the goal. I'm starting to take a little glance at our throttle here, and seen this cable, and we're trying to figure out what that was. My best guess was something to do with air conditioning. And right there, that says fast idle, and that's that. It'll move your pedal. So that is just a little stopper. When your air conditioner's on, you have that pulled, so when you pull up to a stop sign or whatever, you don't idle down low enough and kill the car. So it don't matter to us any. What matters is when we pull this forward, we're supposed to be our stop and idle at. We're hitting this, so we need this down like that, just out of our way would be nice. And we do got a manifold bolt right here, so we'll see if we can't figure out some type of clamp off of it. And special, just a clamp there where this can come forward. Now we got to figure out how to hook from here to here. Pretty sure I pulled something from the factory off there, I just don't remember what. If we can't find it and modify it, we can build something. We better go look out back, Bill. You know what you call replacing 450 foot of sewer pipe? A shitty situation. It was. I think there's a whole nother wagon in here, Bill. Hey, at least I found us a radiator cap. Looky there. She's got the heart mindset of a champion anyhow. Look what Bill found. Detective Bill. We're gonna have to see if we gotta tap that size and tap that sucker out, clean up the nut side. Get her perfectly in the middle. That sucker's fine thread, it takes a minute. We want it in the middle though, that way we got adjustability forward and backwards. Now let's take our $3 drill bit and go drill a hole in our $300 carburetor. There, that's it. So maybe we can drill a hole on this side for a cotter pin. I don't know what just happened. The piece disappeared and the drill bit broke. We drilled a perfect hole. That's what happened. Nailed it. Yeah, she's a little loosey-goosey. It'd probably do us good to find us a washer for it. Put us a little washer in there. That's gonna definitely help take up that slack.
What you doing, Daddy?
Are you trying to have a dance battle with me?
Yeah.
You want some of this? You want some of this? Did you find your glasses?
Yeah. Okay.
Did you come out here to work?
Yeah.
You sweating, girl?
Yeah, how do you wear that all day?
Gotta hide my bald spot, that's how.
Right there?
Yeah, right there.
I can't really do it. You have to get these socks on.
Oh, they ain't seen our socks. Did y'all realize mine has Hot Rod's face on it?
Rod's face.
Uh-huh. Then look at Hot Rod's.
That's his smile that he always does.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes, so neat.
So a 5/16 bolt is a perfect fit in that hole over there. So if we get that, we cut this, then weld that, then we could just use a couple washers and a nylock, and we would have adjustable throttle rod linkage. Tighten her down. There you go. Good push. Yep. Get your muffs. Little clean up and she'll be ready to go. Looky right there, guys. Lines right up. We can put a nylock there. Cotter pin this side. Perfect. What's the wagon for?
Yeah, we're gonna keep it.
We're gonna drive it for a little bit, but then we'll probably end up selling it eventually.
Well, guys, if you want the sweet babies, then you...
Calm down, sales lady.
I mean, you don't have to buy it right now. You gotta make it nice, though. And we'll make it extra good for you, because I know my dad, he's been doing all cars here, but not all of them, most of them. The other one's at the new shop.
Hey. Hey.
What?
Alright, that's good. You know, grinding and black paint will make up for the welder. I ain't, cause that little bolt job didn't look the best. But it looks good from here.
Now we are about to put it on, right, Dad?
Yep.
Yay!
You gonna tell them what we're doing?
Yeah, so right now we're screwing it on with a bolt. So it will work, and then we'll sell it to one of y'all.
You quit selling it. We ain't done yet.
Oh, sorry, we're not done yet. We're also gonna test it for a drive too.
Push it with your foot. Give it a push. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, guys, that's how you adapt your factory linkage of some sort to Edelbrock carbureting machine.
Complete!
Ow! Oh, baby, that's what she's gonna look like when she pulls a wheelie out on the street. This creeper here is professional grade. I pretty well just kind of guessed on her lead here, lengthwise. Eagle Eye says it's decent length. I'm gonna just slap this baby on our starter before we stab our starter. So I bought a kit that's supposed to be starter bolts, and all they really sent was long, regular old bolts, which ain't no good. But we're gonna use them for now to get this sucker up in place. Come on, get in there, Henri. So we use that for now. Oh, while we're underneath here, torque converter bolts. That's on the to-do list. Our torque converter here, well, I've got them lined up. We got right at an 1/8 inch gap, so that's perfect. That's about what you want on one of these. There they are right there. I think 3 go in there. I bought us a 6-pack. So that should thread in there, I'm hoping. Be good to me, no whammies, no whammies, come on! That's money right there, baby. Whoa! About injured this precious face of mine. The old money maker. Everyone knows the channel's successful for my incredible good looks and fashion style. There's number 2. And about 4,000 of these little turns later, we'll be ready for number 3. After enough spins, we'll get that one, or we can get that bolt started. Number 3. Torque converter bolts, good to go. It'd be a good time to put our oil filter on. She just goes whoop, 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 right there. You gotta be There was pouring along in the little metal tab that covers your oil. I watched it fall right in there. This little seal piece you knock in when you open this. Sure enough, right there in the bottom. Perfect. There's that pesky little piece. That is most definitely the first time that's ever happened to me. That's a new one. Man, fluids just never get along. Never fail, something goes wrong. Hey, sealed is sealed. Had some tape where our dipstick was to keep debris out. I don't know if we can get that fish down in there or not. I can see the hole down there. The only problem is this is way up here. That sucker, it is so close to going in that hole. Nope, it ain't gonna make it. Well, they say rubbing's racing and we're rubbing. This is hitting the transmission right now. The top needs to go over more, but it can't because the lip on that firewall. So that's got a curve in it right there, and if it curved more, it may be what we need, but we're gonna have to be careful here. That right there is all that matters. That goes in and out. I've been in a few different spots. It's putting little kinks in there, but I got it to move quite a bit. So that wraps around like that. I think this bottom side is gonna have to straighten up some so it can go straight down in there. Oh! Well, shoot, it looks like it may have worked if I wouldn't have bent the damn bottom. Another set of bends got us closer. I think one more go at it and we'll probably be able to work that in there. Oh, she's definitely going that turn. A little loopy-doobie on her and on that seal. Drop down in there. Come on. This end needs to bend over and it's gonna have to straighten up some. It's going too cockeyed. Bend it more there and then straighten that out, and that's looking a lot better. Definitely the best we've had so far as our angle. The little angle of the dangle. Alright, I just want to make sure that fit. You definitely want that transmission side first. That should push right in there. Oh, there she went. She dropped, she plopped, and pudding tang can't be stopped. First ever custom dipstick, mission complete. Well, not quite actually. The angle up top looks a little funky, and there is a tab for a mounting bolt for one of the bolts in the bell housing. So we're gonna climb up in there and see if we can't get that lined out. I have my step stool for this job. Y'all didn't know this thing had a big block underneath the hood, did you? That's right, me, you're looking at them. So hopefully, yeah, we can get that on there. Come on. Right in that area is where the little tab's at. But this is gonna be hitting some stuff, so we're gonna definitely be doing some manipulating up here as well. However, since the bottom's in, I don't want to pull it back out. Got the bolt stabbed, it's tight. Is that sucker threading? Is she threading? No, she ain't threading. Hell. Give her a big push here. Oh, that feels like a thread. That's a thread. There she goes. And will she tighten up? Nobody knows. Boy, I sure hope. Give me one more. Give me one. We'll take that. Now she's definitely doing some rubbing in there. This is angled this way. With that tightened down, I'd like to try to manipulate this that away. So we're gonna brace it back here with our fingers and push out here to try to just twist. Yeah, about like so. I think that's a little better. Yeah, there's the ass whipper. And she feeds right in, locks right on. We'll take it. That made me break a sweat, boys. Since we're on a roll with our transmission, we're gonna head underneath the car and look at our shifter situation. I bought a little universal kit thingy. Here's all the doohicks and hick dooies this little universal kit came with. And there ain't no instructions, but that's okay, I don't need them. I'm the man with the plan around here. No, not really. We're gonna mess with this stuff and figure it out together. That's gonna interlock on that, so we know it goes there. These, I do believe one of them's gonna thread. There we go. All right, so that's gonna retain that. Or tighten that down. That'll hold it. That's got a little play, but it's interlocked, so that don't matter, guys. That's all right. This piece is gonna slide onto that piece, and then, all right, there we go. So if we go park, right there's park. I'm betting we get away with an angle about like so. We're gonna hook up our factory shifter, and right there's where the factory rod clamps in. That's this piece right here, so that end goes up in there. And as we shift that down, it'll shove down. So if we could get that factory rod connected to something like this over here, we should be in pretty decent shape. So how do we get that to that? Well, that's what we're gonna try to figure out here. maybe y'all can see how that shoves up in there. And we want that shoved all the way up, where the shifter's all the way up. I mean, this can be a little tricky. It honestly looks like if we would bend this opposite of what it is, that would probably get us pretty close to where we need to be. So let's assume we get that bent pretty close where we need it over here. How do we attach to this piece? It looks like this bolt right here slots into there. Of course, that'll slide back and forth, giving us adjustability. Also a place to put this heim joint. Let's snug this down and we're gonna start to figure this out. Up top, I didn't shove her so far in, and guess what? It clears and lines up a lot better. If this sucker was over an inch, we'd be sitting real good. Let's see what happens when we basically just take the bend out of that. And we could bend right here at about a 30-degree angle. And that would be ready to cut off. We're gonna use the persuader and persuade it that way, just a dab. A hair will do you. Then we're gonna lop off this 90. And we may clean that end up a hair where she slides in and out a little easier. I think I need to take just a little bit of the bend out of that. I'm gonna put it in my professional pipe bender here. There we go. That's exactly what I was after. I took one of their heim joints and found a bolt I had that would thread in there. I just want to cut it about right there where my thumb is and then weld on that bolt where then we can get the heim joint over to here. I've got that sucker shoved way up in there, but that should get us all the way to the top over here, so then we can loosen that clamp up there and loosen this, and we should be able to slide it up and down and have adjustability. So I marked it at an angle, the angle I think we need. Got good clearance down through there, and I ain't no expert, but man, does that look good. I'm gonna trust my gut and burn this baby in. Don't let me down. Hopefully that's what we needed, because we're committed. Clamped her up there. We're gonna tighten her down here. We got her maxed out, so we're gonna go try to shift this thing and see what it feels like. Let's see here. We got reverse, neutral, overdrive, third, second, first. First ended up way over there, just damn near perfect, guys. Second, third, overdrive, neutral, reverse, park. I think we nailed it, guys. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. I'm glad I bought that kit, because that slotted piece with the heim joint made this a lot easier. Started today with pulling our little shifter linkage out of there and getting some paint on it. Since we're in the painting spirit, in the painting mood, our drive shaft here, I got it back from the drive shaft shop, and she could use a little paint. Get this baby ready for a little black paint. We need to try to mock it up, but I don't doubt the shop that I used, so we're going to get it painted first where we're not putting it in and out a couple times. It's supposed to have a yoke for our 700 R4. This is the factory shaft, but our rear shaft was full rusted out. The end was damn near gone. The middle chunk was good, so we got a factory replacement carrier bearing there, and then it is supposed to be shortened the correct amount for what we need, and an all new back shaft. Now it is balanced. You can see they balanced it, but after we knocked off all that rust, it may be unbalanced. You never know. She's empty. I made it, guys. Good healthy second coating, guys. This stuff sprays so much better being shaken up properly. That thing, I actually highly recommend it, not even being funny. That sucker is Rattle Can Dan approved. Rattle Can Dan ain't ever had paint lay down that good. It's weird, if you shake it up like the instructions tell you, it works better. Going back together, I slapped the O-ring on here. That'll kind of help keep that from rattling around. I don't know how long it's gonna last on there, but we'll try it. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Looks good, shifts good. Nailed it. Next, we're gonna shift some of our attention towards the rear. Yeah. Let's take her for her first stab. Step one's gonna be to drop this out of her way. Then we gotta fish her up from the back forward. I did lubricate the yoke where she's easy on her seal. I got that started. Uh-oh, something just happened. It stopped. Goes really good, then when it makes it there, it just hits a dead stop. It's got to be hitting something in the transmission. Oh yeah, that's real good. Then a gust of wind can come through and spill that for me. I appreciate it. That way we got somewhere to accidentally roll here in a little bit where we get nice and messy. So there is a bushing in here. I guess it could be tied on. Yep, that's it. It won't go on that thing. Yeah, I can almost feel like a little edge, a little lip on that bushing. That's what it is. Just this inside lip, guys. I don't know if that bushing hammers in from the back side, and from it being drove in there, it flared it just a hair. It ain't much. I was almost getting it work past it. So we're just gonna file a hair, focusing very much so on this edge. We don't want to just get buck nasty on this bushing in here. Slow and steady wins the race. Guys, I'd much rather be doing this right now than pulling that transmission back out, so pretty happy. Could you imagine if that shaft was bent or them splines were so whoopie-dooed or for some reason? My transmission guy is good, so it shouldn't have been nothing like that. That'd be a pretty big miss on his part. He don't hardly miss. This just kind of falls underneath the category of crap happens, guys. It's part of it. Just a little smoochy kiss all the way around is gonna make that little edge disappear, and I bet it goes right on. Let's see here, let's see here. Oh, whoop, there it is. New rubber seal right there, so all we got to do is go back together. Slip yokes in. We're sitting pretty. Let's go get the back started. Then the last thing we'll have to check, and we hope's right, with one, our U-bolt kit we bought. 2, the carrier bearing bolts have to line up. I see whatever cleaner they used rebuilding this got my paint. Gosh dang it. Top one was a little hard to get started, but it went. So these bottom holes down here, they gotta be full of crud or something. Hey, there we go. Get these carrier bearing bolts started and we can cinch her all down. See if we can't get our parking brake situated. Just ain't quite got enough. I'm looking, I'm trying, I'm thinking, guys, and I only see one way to resolve this. This is gonna be really close, so this little rod right here that this kind of pivots and whatever on, I think we need to drop it down about 1 inch. But I don't know if the cables they sent me are the wrong ones, but that's the difference from here to there of what we need of extra cable. Well, I ain't got extra cable, but this little bracket is metal, and I've got metal, so we could stretch out one of these. And I ain't got a tape measure with me, but about the length of this file's just about perfect. Oh, dang it! Direct hit. The end of that hit my air gauge there, broke the needle clean off. Get our super precise measurement from our file here. Slap a little black paint on her, guys. Just kind of beveled the edges, you know. Didn't get too picky. It's not the most complex thing I've ever fabricobbled. Now this piece, we've got to shorten it down, weld a washer on where it's got a place to rest again. Looks like we'll probably have to drill a hole. We're definitely gonna have to drop it more than 1 inch though, because unless we grind this off completely, which I guess we could, take that little kink out where she's no longer kinky, drop it about 1 inch, slice it. New hole for a cotter pin. Start with getting our arm back together. Our guesstimation was about perfect. Well, you know what? This may be too close to this. We probably should have divvied it up and extended both of them. I guess we'll see. We're gonna fish our cable up. It goes through this pulley. We need to get that wire out there. Then there's a bracket there it's got to go through. But we got to add this pulley back to that bracket. Got it started from the bottom side, way easier. Inside here, that cable's gonna feed right there to this little clip. We got 2 studs that goes through the firewall and should just bolt right on. She felt like she did something. Spins fine. Trying to work. Needs a little more, I guess. Well, apparently that thing's like a ratchet. You can just keep giving it ugga-duggas. That ain't going nowhere. Here's a bolt that goes in there to help stabilize that. Took up a little slack right here. I think that'll get us to a better brake quicker. I've been dreading messing with this parking brake for some reason, but I think we're good. That's a good one to knock off the list. Fuel system. Done. What else we got? Rear diff fluid. I can smell it already. This is working out pretty good, actually. Oh, we are definitely there. Plug it off. Holy cow, that ain't coming out of there. Oh, yep, that was a good one. That was a good one. I did not need that index finger. My poor hands are getting whooped. Smashed the one yesterday with the big Bertha jack stand. Had a blood blister there and there. Hit that fingertip earlier, turned her blue, and it's all swollen up. I just knocked my knuckle clean off this finger. May have broke the knuckle, but at least the fitting broke free too. We are going with the AN style line on this. So all we gotta do is drop that washer on. Does that say FPS? For Pete's sake, I thought it said PFS, Puddins.fab.shop. We're about to have a lawsuit on our hands around here. Just playing. Got them torqued in. So our hose here, I already put a 90 on. And apparently I bought PFTE, I don't really know fittings. I thought they was just regular old AN fittings. But this one's got a little collet in there and you got a strip and whatever. If I get it, if we get to that point, I'll show you one. That sucker's gonna fish right through that core support where our AC lines used to go. Kinda just gonna mark out about where I think it needs to go. Really, I should have routed these the other way. On this, we actually have to strip back this braiding because there's some plastic tubing in there we got to get to. Now, very precisely, we're going to shove this pick in here and start to unbraid this braided portion. Oh, shit the bed. Told you I was a newbie at these. I was supposed to be, I should have put the fitting on there first. Be sure to put that on, then we can go start repeating the process. Once you get her peeled back, take the side cutters, give her a trim job. Then that goes on there, it goes in there. That's good, kink that. And then this piece comes back up, and I probably trimmed it back too far and it's gonna look ugly as we go to tighten it up here. But then we tighten that up, and I think it sandwiches it all down. If I'm being honest, I didn't feel it do a damn thing. So how do you test one of these? Put it together and then tug on it? Success! And the first one I didn't trim as much of the stuff away. It was a lot harder to tighten up. I don't know if that's good or bad. We're going to do the same thing here, and hopefully that wedges every bit of that. Oh, that ain't pulling out. Don't even go there. Don't even do it. You know them car guy moments where you question why you're a car guy? Well, that's me right now. Wasn't that bad, but it really was not great by any means, guys. I just knocked them out. I put a 45 on this end. My predictions on how long I should have made them was pretty good. I had to take up some slack in here, but it had to have that slack to be able to loop that way anyhow, so that worked out pretty good. Now down through here, I've just got them zip tied together, and I've got them zip tied to the brake or the fuel line back there and up here. I don't know what kind of heat transfer we get out of this style of line, so I'll definitely have to keep an eye on that, on making sure the hotter side ain't getting too hot. And if we spring a leak, I won't be surprised, but for now we're gonna take it. We get some trans fluid in this baby, and I think our transmission side of things will be done. It's a good time to consume the Harvest King Dex Merc automatic transmission fluid you get at your local. Hey, it says made in the USA. I ain't even gonna crack jokes on it anymore. My local farm supply place sells this stuff. It's crazy cheap. Transmission fluid can get pricey. They've got this stuff for almost, well, they're practically giving it away. Harvest King. I think for a bone dry 700 R4, I think 11 quarts is what you need. We've already done 2 in the torque converter, 2-ish anyhow. So I'm probably gonna go with 8 or 9 quarts. We'll probably do 8. I'd rather it be a little low and then have to add some than be too much. 6. Oh, that's good. Just trying to figure out what that noise was. Yeah, Whew, don't worry. I got it. I may have sort of forgot that the housing where your speedo gears go and everything is missing, even though I had that tail housing off earlier. Oh boy. Good thing they were giving that trans fluid away, basically, because I just gave away a little bit myself. I just call that good for now. How's that? Put our starter cable on, but I didn't put our new fancy ground on. Yep. We're in the home stretch, and sometimes this crap's just time consuming, guys. I've stayed hooked up for 2 days and didn't get everything done I wanted to get done. No matter how much I can squeeze out tonight, it ain't gonna be enough, guys. We need another week on this thing. And for some reason, the most least important thing is stuck in my brain. I want to figure out, well, one, I need to go look at our 64 wagon and see if there's electrical connector underneath there we can use, because we got a broken one over here. And then two, I want to see if that air breather's out there, because I've made up my mind on how I want the air breather to look, so now I got to source the parts for it. And then three, a nice little cruise or drive sounds pretty good right now. Oh, off-road yeehaw, baby. Would be a good time to have something to prop with. Pretty sure that's a different style connector, so that don't do us no good. I see a fan and I see some wheels, but I don't know about a breather. Boy, this thing is rough. Could have swore it had a breather. I ain't got nothing else that's gonna have a cool breather. Now that was not the most productive trip ever, but at least we got to cruise in this beautiful weather. It's so nice out. And two, at least we know we gotta source that stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can't locate one or some, or I don't know, guys. My brain ain't working no more. It's done for the day. It's done. Guys, I didn't make it as far as I wanted to, but I only had like 2 days I could stay hooked up on this thing this week. It is what it is. It's part of the project. It's part of the process. It's part of doing a build, guys. And we are getting close though. And I'm really happy with how it's all looking and turning out. So I'd rather me be happy with the end results of everything versus slapping it together and it looking like you slapped it together. For 2 days, we did big progress. I mean, just like drive shaft and the shifting thing, that alone sometimes, unlike my oddball stuff, the international, where you're just building it all 100%, it ain't nothing to spend a whole day figuring out shifting linkages and everything. So being able to get done what we got did, I'm actually pretty happy with. You know what? I am happy with what we got done. That's it, guys. Good quality merchandise at the puddins.fab.shop. I don't think I mentioned that this video. Last week we released a slice and dice shirt that it'll work or it won't. I was waiting for it to pop. It'll work or it won't, and firing from the hip, baby. I don't know how much we got left in stock, but I know we got some left in stock, so get them while they're hot. Zooch, zooch, zooch. We could do a series here called Rate the Exhaust, and we could just record people all day. All day. Be sure to check out the second channel if you haven't. I'm on the Patreon. I'm on the Instagrammer. I am so ready to get this thing on the road, and we are inching closer. I will see you guys next time. But do not forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project.